మలబార్ గోల్డ్ అండ్ డైమండ్స్ ప్రపంచంలో పెద్ద జ్యువెలర్స్ లో ఒకటి ఇప్పుడు డాలస్ కి వచ్చారు. అందమైన తేలికైన జ్యువెలరీ డిజైన్ల నుంచి చేతో తయారు చేసిన అతి క్లిష్టమైన కలెక్షన్ల వరకు 20 దేశాల నుంచి 30,000 విధాల ప్రపంచంలోకెల్లా ఉత్తమమైన జ్యువెలరీ డిజైన్ల అనుభవాన్ని పొందండి. 5,000 చదరపుటడుగల విలాసవంతమైన షాపింగ్ ఏరియా మలబార్ గోల్డ్ అండ్ డైమండ్స్ షోరూమ్ ని డాలస్ లో విజిట్ చేయండి. ప్రపంచ స్థాయి జ్యువెలరీని కొనుగోలు చేసే అనుభవాన్ని పొందండి. Malabar Gold and Diamonds now open in Dallas.
పైగా దేశాల నుండి కలెక్షన్స్, 30 సంవత్సరాల విజయ ప్రస్థానం, 300వ షోరూమ్, 5,000 చదరపు గజాల విస్తీర్ణం. ప్రారంభోత్సవానికి విచ్చేసిన పలువురు ప్రముఖులు మాట్లాడుతూ 30 సంవత్సరాల నాడు ఎక్కడో కేరళలో ఒక ప్రాంతంలో ప్రారంభమైన ఈ బంగారు నగల ప్రస్థానం ఎన్నో ఒడిదుడుకులను, సవాళ్లను అధిగమించి మరియు ఆ ప్రస్థానంలో ఎదురైన ఆటుపోట్లను విజయానికి మెట్లుగా మలుచుకున్న ఈ మలబార్ గోల్డ్ ప్రస్థానం ప్రతి ఒక్కరికి ఒక ప్రేరణగా ఉంటుంది అని కొనియాడారు.
We are here for our opening of our 300th location in Dallas. It's a fantastic store. I think I request everyone to come and have a look. It's around 5,000 square feet. We have around 30,000 designs from 20 countries. Please come and visit Malabar Gold and Diamonds at Frisco, Dallas.
ఆహ్వానాన్ని మన్నించి విచ్చేసిన పలువురు స్థానిక అధికారులకు, ఇన్నాళ్లు తోడున్న వాటాదారులకు మరియు ఆదరించిన కస్టమర్లకు మలబార్ గోల్డ్ అండ్ డైమండ్స్ యాజమాన్యం ప్రత్యేక కృతజ్ఞతలు తెలుపుకుంది. ఈ ప్రారంభోత్సవానికి విచ్చేసిన పలువురు మలబార్ గోల్డ్ అండ్ డైమండ్స్ వారి వివిధ వినూత్న ఆభరణాల డిజైన్లను, పలు రకాల ఆభరణాలను తయారు చేసిన కళాకారుల కౌశలాన్ని, అలాంటి వినియోగదారుల ఊహల్లో ఉన్న నవీన డిజైన్ల ఆవిష్కరణకు ప్రాణం పోసిన యాజమాన్యం ముందస్తు ఆలోచనా ధోరణిని కొనియాడారు.
Hey there, Mayor Jeff Cheney here, Mayor of Frisco. Just excited to be here as the whole community has turned out to celebrate this incredible grand opening. Beautiful store, the largest in the U.S., third location in the U.S., but 300th store worldwide. We're honored now for Frisco to be a part of their story. And on behalf of our citizens here that are going to shop and enjoy this store, we just want to wish you many blessings and nothing but success.
ప్రారంభోత్సవానికి విచ్చేసిన టెక్సాస్ స్టేట్ రిప్రజెంటేటివ్ సల్మాన్ బొజానే మాట్లాడుతూ ఈ షోరూం 5,000 చదరపు అడుగుల విస్తీర్ణంతో విశాలమైన షాపింగ్ స్పేస్ తో యుఎస్ఏలో గల అతిపెద్ద షాపుల్లో ఒకటిగా నిలుస్తుందన్నారు.
Hi, my name is Salman Bojani and I'm a Texas state representative. I am here at the Malabar Jewelers at the 300th location grand opening. We just cut the ribbon right now and there are so many customers here. It's 5,000 square feet, one of the biggest one they have in US. And I'm so excited because it's an immigrant success story. Just like mine, I came to America when I was 19 years old, worked at gas stations, mopping floors and cleaning restrooms for $6 an hour, and then became an attorney, and now became a city council member, and then now I'm a state representative.
అంతేకాకుండా మలబార్ గోల్డ్ అండ్ డైమండ్స్ విజయగాథ ప్రేరణను ప్రస్తావిస్తూ తన గతాన్ని పోల్చుకున్నారు. ఈ గ్రాండ్ ఓపెనింగ్ లో పలువురు కమ్యూనిటీ మెంబర్లు పాలుపంచుకోవడం, టీవీ ఏషియా ఈ ఈవెంట్ మొత్తాన్ని కవర్ చేయడం ఆనందంగా ఉందన్నారు.
Hello, myself, Shamlal Ahmed. I'm the Managing Director of Malabar Gold and Diamonds International Operations. Today, we are very happy and excited. Inaugurated our 300th store globally in Dallas, Texas. This is a milestone inauguration for us, and we are so happy that we started our 300th store in Dallas, which has got a very good subcontinental population, very good catchment of more than 1 million Indian subcontinental people.
Telugu. We are here with yet another informative talk show with our expert immigration lawyer, Rahul Reddy. He is the founder of Reddy and Newman law firm based out of Houston, Texas. A very hearty welcome, Rahul Garu.
Thanks for inviting, Garu.
Thank you so much. And just want to take a moment to a special thanks to our show sponsors, Malabar Gold and Diamond. Malabar has launched its 300th store at Dallas. Please visit the store and be dazzled with the unique jewelry collection. And also a special thanks to movers.com, our one-stop solution to the moving needs, and AHA OTT, which is entertaining us with their amazing shows and movies. So getting right into the show, Rahul Garu, we have a very good question. I think probably we're going to start with all the layoffs that has happened and all that in the recent times. So Rahul Garu, we see there is sometimes employers do not pay salaries, and sometimes when people resign, they do not pay the last month's salary. And in some cases, employers collect money to file H-1B or bring H-1B employees from India. Everyone knows what's happening and that employer cannot do this. But can you tell us an easy solution on how employees can get their money back?
Like Sitagaru, you said, everybody knows that taking the money to file a H-1B, even if they are bringing the people from India, is completely illegal. Taking the money to file a H-1B is not legal. I will give an easy solution. I call it as a Brahmastra.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you release the Brahmastra, what will happen is that you will kill a person. Now, the main important thing for our audience is we don't want our audiences to have the company kill the company. Because if they kill the company, then they cannot collect the money.
Yep.
So what I tell people is that if the employer has not paid you the salary, if employer has paid you, if they have taken any money from you for filing the H-1B. Now, of course, the only thing that they can collect is premium processing. If they have done the premium processing, it's optional. Employer can collect if you want the premium processing, and that's fine. Otherwise, legal fees, they cannot collect it. Filing fees, they cannot collect it. Any money that they collect from you other than the premium processing thing, you can get it back. And as I said to you that I will give the Brahmastra, don't use this one because this may kill your company though. This is a good chance it may kill the company. If what you are thinking that they did not pay you the money, this may kill the company though. If you kill the company, you can't get the money. Please note it down. It's called WH4 form. Now, when you Google it though, you will Google it as WH4 Department of Labor. It's a little bit tricky when you search it though. It comes a little bit, not the first one, but the second one. It's called a WH4 form. If you send this form, after filling it out, it will ask you the information about you, your employer, what allegations you are making. Is it that they did not pay the salary? Did you put you on the bench? They collected the money? So all these, any of those allegations, you send that one to the Department of Labor. The Department of Labor then will issue a notification to the company. And when they issue the notification to the company, they will go through the entire employees, whether this company has paid all employees properly who are on H-1B or not. They'll put a laundry list. How many total number of employees you have? Show me the paychecks from each of the time periods of those things, if there is anything. And they will contact the employees and speak with them. Hey, is this guy paying your salary? Of course, he showed me the paycheck, but are you getting the paycheck from him? Are you depositing? Did he collected any money from you? So what happens if your company is a rogue company that you're complaining? They will just die. I mean, they don't have enough money to pay. They may run away to India. They may just die. So what I recommend with this Brahmastra is that don't use it. First, you fill the form, send it to the employer. Hey, employer, you owe me, let's say, for example, 2 months of salary, and maybe they collected some advance from him or any legal deduction they have done. You pay me the money. Otherwise, I am going to complain to the Department of Labor. they will know very seriously. Just to defend that, it's going to cost them a lot of money. So what they will do is that they'll come to a compromise and they will pay you the salary. And if they don't pay you the salary, go ahead and complain to the Department of Labor. Or you can contact a lawyer. I mean, we are ready to, what we do is that we take a percentage of the money that you get it. But we won't take any advance, but we'll take a percentage of the money. So this normally, the WH4 will work though. And if they don't pay you the salary and whatever the illegal deductions that they have done, then you go ahead and complain to the Department of Labor, because that will let, you may get part of the money. Even if the company dies, you may get a part of the money. But if you're not getting anything, it's probably worth killing the company. And whatever is left over, it will be divided among all the employees. That's a problem there. It'll be, you'll be the one of the top person to receive it, but it will be divided. So it's called WH4. It's not W4. It is called WH4, Department of Labor. It's easy to fill it out. Before you send it, send an email to the company saying that if you don't pay me the salary, I am going to go to the Department of Labor. Now, that is only when you leave the company. Okay. If you are working for the company, though, okay? Mm-hmm. Now, if you're working for the company, you don't want to threaten them. They may take, we know that there are whistleblower protections and all those things, but at this point of time, H-1B, they may not work properly. I would not want you to send the WH4 form when you are working with the company, though. The reason is that, remember I told you that it may kill the company. If they kill the company, then you may lose the H-1B opportunity to move on to a different company. So I would move on to a different company and then file the WH4. That would be ideal for you.
Got it. So I think that's a great tip, Andy, for all the viewers and any of the victims of such things.
And Sita Garu, we see that there are some companies that collect the money in India to bring the individuals here. This works very good against them. And people ask me the question, no, he didn't took the money. I paid the money to his cousin in cash and all those things. That's fine. You can still collect it. I don't have any evidence. You don't need to have any evidence, because when you complain this WH4 form, you are telling that you paid to his cousin in cash. You don't have evidence. That's fine. But when the Department of Labor speaks with 50 or 30 of the employees of this company, if 20 of them or 10 of them tell the same story, I paid his cousin and all those things, guess what? Whom they believe in? They believe you. They don't believe your employer saying, I didn't take the money. So don't be fearful that they have taken the money, not in a bank. That's still fine. You can still collect the money.
Great, Andy. This is a great protection that a lot of employees have if they are falling into such trap. And I hope the relationship doesn't get scarred to this extent and people get their real dues.
Let's go to the questions, Andy.
Yeah. So we have the first caller, Rahul Garu, caller ending with 5106.
Hello, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead with the question.
He muted himself. Unmute yourself by pressing *6, sir.
Hello, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you. Please go ahead with the question.
Yeah, thanks for taking my call. This is my question, Rahul Garu. I have a pending application with both EB2 and EB3, and my priority date is September 30th. So I'm planning to use EAD coming June. So here is my question. So if the things are not going progress, I'm planning to switch to EB1A. So is there a good idea to switch to EAD, or I can maintain H1B so that I can in future I will change to EB1A? So what's the
first of all, it's better to get the evaluation done for EB1A right now, though. It may be advisable to stay on H1B. It's not necessary, but it's advisable to stay on H1B. If you are thinking that you are going to, if you're thinking that you're going to use the EB1A, I would recommend that you get the evaluation done right now. And EB1A has a premium processing right now, is that right? So if you think so, you're eligible or you're a lawyer and after evaluation, file the EB1A, get the EB1A approval. It's a very good investment. You know that you will get rid of us, me, and Sita Garu in very soon if she get the EB1 I-140 approved. Is right? So if you think so, it's approved. I think so. The main focus should be that I will maintain the H1B, focus on EB1A. Let's see if it gets approved. If it doesn't get approved, then you can make a decision at that point of time.
Okay, yeah, sounds good. So the same case, my spouse as well. So my spouse is under H4 EAD, but she has EB2 I-140. Let's say if our company, it's our company is willing to file EB1 C. So in that case, either I have to maintain H1 or
it's as I said
is there any impact?
If you intend to change to EB1 category, I would recommend it to maintain the H1B. The reason is that I may want you to refile the entire 485 application. We'll go to the next person. And if you are contemplating EB1A or EB1C, go ahead, proceed with expressly. As soon as you put the phone off, try to contact the lawyer. Okay, I would like to get your I-140 approved in EB1A as fast as possible. We'll go to the next person.
Thank you so much, Andy. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, thank you, sir. Yeah, thank you.
Let's take the next caller here. Caller ending with 5623.
Yeah. Hi, my name is Prasad. I have a question regarding my case. So my EB3, I-140 and 485 were filed in November 2020. I have a October 2012 priority. My EB3 I-140 got approved, and now I am in the process of changing jobs. My new company has got a approval for the H1 transfer, and they are ready to also file the 485J once I join. So my question is, since I'm very close to getting my green card, what do I need to do to avoid calls as a part of moving this job?
No, moving your job will not delay in getting your green card though. It won't delay your green card though. Definitely you will have to make an election to go in EB2 or EB3 because now EB3 is in June of 2012 and you are in October of 2012. So no, you don't have to do anything. You just file the 485J supplement and wait for the green card to be approved once the priority date is current. Now, once the priority date is current, you wait for about 30 days to get your green card approved. If not though, I would want you to file a writ of mandamus in the federal court. It's not that costly to file. You'll be very surprised how much. The reason is that if you file your 485 in October of 2020, right now we are more than 2+ years right now you are in right now. So it is a very right case for you to go to the federal court and they say they're supposed to adjudicate the 485 application within 6 months. And you are more than 2 years. So you should file a writ of, what writ of mandamus does is that, look, they're supposed to adjudicate the application in 6 months, it's 2.5 years. By the time you get there, it will be 2.5 years. So the judge, before the judge sees the court case though, normally the immigration will adjudicate your case, okay? So just because you're changing the company, I don't see any danger for you. I don't see because of that, it will be delaying the green card.
Got it.
So as long as it's the same SOC code, I should be good?
I didn't say it has to be same SOC code. It has to be a similar occupation though. So if you're in the software, if you're in the software field, you're good. We'll go to the next person.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Andy. Before we take the next, I think we have the next caller, Rahul Garu. Let's go ahead with the caller ending with 8296. Caller ending with 8296. This is again a request to all the callers. There could be some delay in when you're hearing us on the streaming channel. So please ask your question as soon as you get onto the call. This is caller ending with 8296. We see you here. You're not muted as well.
Let's go to the questions on YouTube maybe.
So the question, Rahul Garu, is can we file an adjustment status EAD or AP extension 1 year before? And these extensions are free of cost. And what happens if filing denies because of applying a year before? Any impact on the next filing?
Very perfect question. In fact, in our office, we had a discussion in our lawyers meeting. Mm-hmm. Now, here is the situation why he's worried about Sita Garu. Okay. The processing time for the advance parole is more than 12 months. Okay? They are telling us that we can only file the advance parole within 6 months after this expiry. So let's say, for example, if the advance parole is expiring in 2024 February.
Okay.
We can only file, they are telling we can only file by August of 2023. And these fellows, they don't approve the application by February of 2024. That means that if there are any travel plans between the February of 2024 until they approve that thing, I can't travel. That's a problem. For EADs, though, they have a 540-day extension. They can continue working with the receipt notice, but travel cannot be done. So what this gentleman is asking is, if he files before 6 months, mm-hmm. okay, what will happen? What is the damage that's going to be? Because anyway, the filing fees is free. Go ahead, do it, buddy. You are a perfect person. File it before 6 months. Let's see what's going to happen. I can tell you one thing. If the advance parole or EAD gets denied, though, it will have no impact, none whatsoever at all, when you file the EAD in advance parole within 6 months. So I would ideally do this one, Sita Garu, for him. If my EAD in advance parole is expiring in February of 2024, I am going to file an extension right now. Mm-hmm. And I will do one thing. I'll file one more extension in August of 2023. So if the first one gets approved, the second one will get denied. I don't care. Yep. If the first one gets denied, it will not have any impact on the second one. So you have nothing to lose. You have to only gain, but nothing to lose. Please go ahead. Let's do it. And please share your experience with us after you've done, whether the first one that you filed before 6 months got approved or not.
Got it. Okay, Andy. So I think that's your answer, and I think it's a go ahead. Please keep us informed about the updates as well. So let's go to the next. It will not have any impact on the second. Can you, this is a caller ending with 0683.
Yep. Hi, can you hear me? Hi, Rahul Garu.
Yes.
My question is, my EB2 I-140 approved in 2020. I'm planning to apply EB1 I-140 next month. So suppose after EB1 I-140 approval, when I go to 485, by any reason if that got rejected, so is what my EB2,
okay,
EB1 485
gets denied. Okay.
Yeah. So is my EB2 I-140 still valid, and am I eligible to continue on H1 later?
First
EB2 I-140.
First of all, are you worried the EB1 I-140 gets denied? Or are you worried the EB1 485 gets denied?
485 in worst scenario.
Well, what's the worst scenario? Did you murder anybody that I don't know? Did you do it last year or the year before? So I'm more worried for your EB1 I-140 getting denied, which you know that which will not impact the EB2 I-140 if the EB1 I-140 gets denied. So EB1 485 getting denied will depend on the reason, though. We don't see the 485 denials, though. Let's say, for example, if the 485 has been denied because the degree certificate that you bought it from the master's degree from Harvard University happens to be that you faked it, definitely you will not get, everything will be gone out. So I need to know the reason for a 485 denial. It's very rare we get to see the 485 denial. I don't have much experience in 485 denial. Okay, but yes,
Okay.
things so last year you murdered somebody. Now, if that is true though, then you're gone. Okay, your EB2 is gone, everything is gone. So as long as you don't fall into that category, I'm fine. Okay. Let's say, for example, you didn't file the medicals and they denied for technical reasons, for that kind of reasons. So your EB2 is good. Okay, for technical reasons. Let's say they sent you an RFE for, they asked you to go for biometrics. You did not went for biometrics. They get denied. They ask you to go for the interview. You did not go for the interview. So if for those technical reasons you get the denial, you will not have any impact on EB2. But if you did murder somebody last year, then you get the 485 denied, you are out. Okay?
Right. Yep.
Okay then.
So, but still in those scenarios, for any reason, if 485 is rejected,
it's not that any reason. That is, I can't say what any reason. I said to you that if you murdered somebody, no, your I-140 will be impacted. What is the reason is important. If it's medical thing that got denied, you did not submit the medical, your EB2 will not be impacted. We'll go to the next person.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Let's take the next caller in. Caller ending with 1043.
Hi, this is Prasanna Gangisheti. Can you hear me?
Good, Prasanna.
Yeah. Yes, please go ahead with your question, Reddy. We can hear you.
So I am recently transitioning from J1 to H1 with a J1 waiver.
Okay. You already received the J1 waiver?
Yes, sir. So 2 weeks ago, I got a notice that my J1 waiver has been accepted.
Okay.
So I am going to apply for H1. Like my lawyer is going to apply for H1 after my medical license is here. So my question is, I will not have the H1 stamping. So I'm planning to go to Mexico for like a charity trip. And I was thinking that if I can get an H1 visa stamped in Indian Embassy in Mexico, in US Embassy in Mexico,
Consul.
Will that be possible?
It's possible. Yes, it's possible. You can go for stamping in US Consulate in Mexico. Yes.
How long will that process take, sir?
It is a regular DS-160. You fill it out, you make an appointment, you go there, and they will approve it. You'll have to wait for 1 or 2 days and come here.
Okay. The other thing is, so I had a charge against me for abuse, which has been cleared.
I would recommend that you contact a lawyer privately rather than having those things, because what we like to look into is the charge when the police comes in, and they normally give you a sheet of paper though. Normally, if there is any abuse or anything like that, they will speak with the wife, they will speak with the husband, they will give a report. The two police officers will give a separate sheet. We would like to take a look into that thing before we can comment anything on that.
Okay. Even if it is dismissed, all those things matter?
Yeah, they do matter. Domestic violence particularly is considered to be a very serious crime. It may be coming as, they consider it as crime against moral turpitude in certain circumstances. Yeah. And when it comes to the domestic abuse though, let's say for example, your wife beat you up and then, you want excuse. No, that's not enough. You don't have a right to do it. We look into typically how the accused have spoken with the officer at that point of time. Did he admit it to any of those things though? That's very important. Now, when it comes to the criminal law, the rule is quite different though, okay? In criminal law, they have to prove beyond all doubts though. But when it comes to the immigration though, we just go to the sheet that the police officer look into. If there is anything problem in it, then we have to take it very seriously. Okay?
Okay.
Now, in your case, though, since there is been a charge, though, I definitely recommend not to go to U.S. Consulate in Mexico. The reason is that, and try to go to Chennai Consulate, that would be much better. The reason is that When you are going to the third country nation, though, you better to be completely clean. If not, better to go to the home consulate because they are more daring in and adjudicating the application. Okay? We'll go to the next person.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Rahul. I think, yeah, like you suggested, seeking a lawyer's advice is most best in this.
So I want to go and address the common things, Sita Garu, that I look into. Traffic tickets under $500, guys. Don't contact immigration lawyer. You're good. Okay, you don't have any problem. DUI, DUI is what we commonly, drunk under influence is what we normally see. You may get an email from the consulate saying that if you have a passport visa already stamped in, that you cannot use that passport visa stamping, but that doesn't mean that you're going to become illegal in the United States. You can stay in the United States, continue working in the United States. You cannot use the passport stamping, even if it's valid. You cannot just use that to travel to India and come back. Very serious thing. You have to go to India stamping again, and there will be a medical examination that you need to do it, and then you need to come back after that. At the time of the 485, you will be interviewed, but as such, we do not see any passport stamping denials in India or green card denials for the first DUI, though. But there will be a lag of 2 months or 3 months in getting the visa stamped in India. That's one thing that I tell people. The other common thing that we do is sometimes we do some of the shoplifting. Please make sure that you have all the documentation mentioned in the DS-160 form when you go for the stamping. And also when you do for the 485, you have to mention that thing, and you will be interviewed with the 485. And you have to, it's better to take a lawyer with you when you go to the 485 interview. Other than that, recently the young guys, I'm noticing a lot of this marijuana. Stay away from it. Stay away from it. Even though you see that they are selling in the shops right in the center of the tourist area, though. Don't enter it because it is a federal crime to consume marijuana, to possess marijuana, or to do any tradings in the marijuana, though. Now, there are some people, Sita Garu, that I know of there was a police interaction with them. Mm-hmm. The guy they detained him, and the charges were completely dismissed. But the problem was, in the charge sheet, they found marijuana possession in there. Now, that's not a crime according to Colorado, though, Denver, Colorado, because in Denver, Colorado, it's legal for them. The state law allows them to be legal, but when it comes to the federal immigration, that's a crime. So this guy was actually traveling on the visa, which he already stamped. While he was coming back, he was detained and was sent back to India. So I just want people to be aware of all these things, how the interaction is. It's always good to contact an immigration lawyer when you end up in any of these situations. Even if it's a charge, even if you are not been convicted of, even the case has been dismissed, though, it is better to contact. But don't contact immigration lawyer for traffic fines under $500. Please don't contact. You don't need it. You're good. You will not have any problem. You don't have to mention in any of the immigration form, even if somebody tells you, no, you don't have to mention that. It comes as a crime, but you don't have to mention the 485. You don't have to mention the DS-160 form if it's a traffic ticket under $500.
Got it. Okay. I think that's a very good piece of advice, Andy. This is for all the callers. Whatever already you have shared right now is a great piece of information, but yeah, please stay away from as much as crimes like this possible. Let's take the next caller here, Rahul. It is 9384 caller ending with 9384.
Hi.
Yes, sir. We can hear you. You are back on mute?
Yeah. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, very much. Please go ahead with your question.
Hi, Rahul sir. I have one question about I-140. So I am on H-1B over 6 years based on one I-140, which is from my previous employer. Now that previous employer is shutting down from its services. So my question is that for future H-1B transfers or H-1B extensions, can I still use that I-140 once the company has been shut down?
I'm assuming that it's been more than 6 months that the I-140 has been approved. I guess the answer is yes.
Yeah, I-140.
Yeah, you will have no problem, none whatsoever at all. if you will be using this I-140 to move to the different company from the company that you're working, let's say the company will be C company, from C to D, D to E, E to all the way to Z company. You will have no problem and whatsoever. Even though the company that filed for I-140 went to bankrupt, even though the I-140 that the company that filed I-140 does not exist now anymore, it will not cause any problem.
Okay.
You can still use the same I-140 approval for getting your wife's H4 EAD. You can use the same thing for putting the date to a different company. Absolutely not a problem.
Okay.
Okay.
Sir, one more question I want to ask you about I-485. So my current employer filed EB2 I-485 in September of 2022. I want to ask the question, if I change the employer right after 6 months, and new employer files I-485J, from an immigration point of view, is it any concern that I have changed the employer that filed my I-485 right after 6 months?
Out of the thousands and thousands and tens of thousands of people who did change the company after 6 months that they filed the 485 application, only one 485 has been denied to my knowledge. That guy actually was working as a restaurant manager, but his title was a software engineer. When he filed for the liquor license in Texas, he mentioned that the only job he does is a restaurant manager when he filed the liquor license. They sent that notice to the USCIS. What is your guy, EAD guy, doing? And they issued an RFE. We tried to defend. We failed miserably. Now, for everybody else, though, they moved from Java to SAP, from one software to another software, have no problem, none whatsoever at all.
Okay. So last question, can advance parole be used to go on cruise to Alaska or Caribbean island and come back to US?
Absolutely, you can do so. You can absolutely, you can go to Canada, you can go to Mexico, you can go to any country, you can go to Timbuktu, and you can come back on advance parole. You will have no problem, sir.
By road or by sea, no problem with that.
You can go
right?
by road, by fly, by sea, but only legal methods though. You do not want to swim from Mexico to here, okay? That's not allowed. But if you're coming on a legal channels, you are perfectly fine. Road, if you're coming on legal channels, that's fine. Boat is, the cruise ship is fine, airplane is fine. As long as you're coming to the port of entry, okay? Whether it's land, cruise, or air, fine. Okay?
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let's take a few questions, Rahul. The question is, recently traveled to India. So recently traveled to India on vacation, and while coming back to US, I came on an H-1B stamped visa, and my wife, kid came on EAD advanced payroll. Do I need to act before my EAD expire on Jan 2024? I only have my H-1B valid until Jan 25.
No, you are fine until Jan 2025. You don't have to do anything on it. They can be an EAD. You can be on H-1B. If by any chance they already have a I-797 of the H-4 though, before they left the country and they came back in EAD, they can still extend the H-4s also along with your H-1B. There is nothing that just because they came back on advance parole, you can ignore the online status saying that it expires. You can still extend the H-4s, no problem, none whatsoever at all.
Got it. Okay, that's your answer, Andy. Let's take the caller who's waiting here. Thank you so much for waiting. Caller ending with 8296. Please unmute yourself by pressing *6. Yes. Please go ahead with your question. Caller ending with 8296. You're back on mute. Please press *6 to unmute yourself.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, very much.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
go ahead
thank
with your
you.
question.
Thank you, Sita garu, Rahul garu. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, my priority date 7th, March 7th, 2013, EB2, EB3, 1, I-140 approved, 8 months back, 485J supplement filled. So last week from NBC Kansas, I got a think letter to submit my medical, and immediately I have submitted my medical. So now my question is, when my priority date become current, will be adjudicated as per the priority sequence?
Yeah, it should be. I mean, it's a good news in a sense that somebody has looked into your file and said, okay, the medical is not there. So they sometimes do something called pre-adjudicate the 485 application. They won't tell that it's been pre-adjudicated though. But if they have issued a medical, that is a good thing. Hopefully, so they have pre-adjudicated. When the priority date becomes current, I would definitely raise a service request at that point of time.
Okay. So, but at this point of time, I have to wait for my priority date.
Priority date to be current. They will not approve it. Yep. There is nothing you can do. Yep. And keep writing the letters so that they don't count the family members. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay. All right.
Let's take the next caller in.
This gentleman, Sita Garu, this gentleman did a good job by responding to the RFE and medical. A lot of people asking the question, Sita Garu. The priority date is not current. Why I do have to submit the medicals? Yes, we can make the argument if you want to. Pay me a couple of $1,000, I'll make an argument for you. I may win, I may lose. Either way, I'll make the money. The best and easiest thing is that just give them the damn medicals to them, okay? They'll be fine. That's easier, okay? To deal with them rather than deal with us, just a bit. And also, Sita Garu, that we are getting a lot of interview notices for the people who priority date is not current. And I want to address that it is normal, guys, to get an interview because they have not adjudicated your application. They have not taken a deep look into your application. They don't know whether it's going to take 10 years or 20 years for you, and they don't want to give you EAD and advanced parole. If you are not the real person, if you're not eligible for the 485, it's perfectly all right to have the interview. In fact, it's better that you have an interview because when the priority date becomes current, your case is already pre-adjudicated, you'll be in a good shape. So don't get panicked if you get an interview notice when the priority date is not current.
I think that's great. Let's take the next caller here, 9237. Caller ending with 9237.
Hey, my name is Rahul. Can you hear me right? I hope.
Yes.
Yes. My wife was born in Saudi, and then we only have the birth certificate from the Ministry of, not birth certificate, the birth letter from the Ministry of Health of Saudi Arabia. And using that one, we filed for our 485. So for cross-country charges. So
of course.
we were wondering, like, would there be any chance of denial because, like, it may take some time to get the birth certificate from there?
I would want to collect a lot of information about her birth. Okay. I know that Indian embassy might have given some certificate at that point of time. That's one thing that you should take it. If you have a passport of your wife when she was 1 year old or so, I want you to preserve that. That is good. I also want to have the passports of the parents at that point of time, saying that they lived in Saudi. If there is any lease agreement that the parents have, of course, this 1-month-old girl doesn't have any lease agreement. I know that. If there is any lease agreement for the parents, I will collect and keep it. If there is a driving license for the parents, I will collect and keep it. If there is any utilities bills that they have paid at that point of time, try to dig as much as possible because back in those olden days, they used to write letters also to the other people though. You may want to collect the letters that they have written. Maybe your father-in-law has written a letter to his sister. Maybe your mother-in-law has written a letter to her brother. Try to collect as much evidence as possible and keep it with you. Typically, we do not see much RFEs, but sometimes we do see RFEs in those things. If I were you, I would collect all of those things and keep it with me, okay? And if there is an RFE, you respond to it, you get the green card. If there is no RFE, that's fine. Just keep it with you, keep a digital copy and then you're good. But I will try to collect. There is a chance for an RFE for it, okay?
Okay. I have the ASC appointment is coming next week.
That's fine. They won't ask you any question there. They will not ask you any question. Okay. They are just trying to find out if your wife name is, let's say, Shabono, and is she the one or is she somebody else? That's all they're checking. They won't ask whether she is born in Saudi Arabia. She'll be in the birth certificate. They won't ask any of those things there. It is, and also if there is an interview for the 485, remember I told you about the RFE documents? I will take those documents to the 485 interview to be prepared just in case the officer is going to ask, and then you will show all of those things at that point of time. Okay? If possible, try to collect the original passports of your in-laws also. Okay? Old original passports, okay?
Yeah, we have. One more on that question, sir. What is the timeline of the 485 interview? Like we just filed like a month back.
It may be anywhere between 4 months to 2 years is the typical time that it's taking, okay? We'll go to the next person.
Okay, 4 months. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Let's take the...
Sitagaru, do you know how he filed the priority date? His priority date is 2022. He filed the 485s from India. Do you know how he did it? Quiz to you.
He's on EB1, no?
No, he's not EB1. He's either EB2 or EB3. He's from India. He filed 485.
How is that happening? And a very, very interesting thing to know then.
Yeah, that's called cross-country chargeability, though. He's from India. His wife is also Indian citizen. Okay, his wife is not a Saudi citizen, though. So, if one spouse, even if the spouse is not the main applicant, though, in his case, Mr. Muhammad, let's assume that his name is Mr. Muhammad. Okay, Mr. Muhammad is born in India, raised in India, has Indian citizenship. His wife is born in Saudi, but from the birth itself, she's an Indian citizen. Even right now, she's an Indian citizen. The green card is based on the country of birth, though. She was born in Saudi Arabia. It's called cross-country chargeability, though. He uses his wife's birth country, which is not what she is citizen of, to file the 485 saying that count me against Saudi quota, not against Indian quota. That's called cross-country chargeability. So if any of the people, your spouse or anybody is born, that person, his wife is not the main applicant. He's the main applicant. But still, he is able to use the wife's country of birth, not the citizenship, because she's still an Indian citizen, to use under the cross-country chargeability.
Oh, even if they are not the primary applicant, the spouse is not...
Even if they are not primary applicant. No, they are not the primary applicant. Yeah.
That's very interesting, Rahul Garu, and thanks for actually...
It's only the spouse, though. If your child is born, it's only spouse, okay?
Okay, that's very interesting, and I hope some of the callers could get this benefit as well, Andy, after knowing this information. Let's take the next caller here, caller ending with 5892.
Hi, Rahul. First of all, thanks a lot. You're doing the great service to our community, and I appreciate that. I have a quick question on renewal of 765 and AP of AOS. My wife entered using advance parole. So what will be our immigration status to mention in the form?
Where? Which form? In extending it?
765. Yes.
Okay. Well, let's assume. Does your wife has a H1 or H4, or she doesn't have H1?
She's on H4. She was.
Wait.
She's on H4.
I'm only speaking about your wife right now. We'll address. When is the H4 expiring? The I-797. The H4
I-79 expiring is 2020. 25.
Okay. you will tell that she is on H4 visa and you will give the H4 expiration date on the I-765 or I-131. You ignore the online I-94.
Okay, but we entered last week itself on our advance parole. So
you told me that. You told me that. And your online, your wife's I-94 status says that she entered an advance parole and it is expiring in only 1 year. You ignore that.
Yes.
You tell that your wife is in H4. You give the expiration of 2025. You are in good shape. Okay?
Okay. So H4, like in the current status says H4. And yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Rahul. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Andy. Let's take a YouTube question, Rahul Garu. It is from Uma. My EAD and AP expired in December 2023. I think it's going to expire in December 2023. How long before can I apply for my extension of EAD plus AP?
Okay, that's the one. The law, the rule says that you have to apply within 6 months, not before that though. But if you tend to do it before, do it 2 times. One right now, one in July. In that way, if this gets denied, you get that one approved.
Sure answer. Let's take the next caller in, Andy. Caller ending with 0864.
Okay, that's the one. Hello, Rahul Garu.
Yes, go ahead.
Namaste. I had a quick question today. My son will turn 21 next year, and my priority date is 2015. So I'm thinking of converting into F. Yeah. Closely watching your show, but 2015 September.
And is your company is your company cooperative company?
Yes, they do.
Okay, yeah. So you want to apply for your child's F1. Okay, that's good. You have to do it. Otherwise, he's going to. Yeah, go ahead. You should do it. Keep going.
So if things don't change by next year, hopefully, I'll go for F1. And so for his college, they have a program called 4+1 after his undergrad. So when we convert, they give the I-20 until that, right? So what if in the final year, if he changes his mind and goes to a different college for a 4-year other program? So what happens to the F1 in those cases? Because he's on the pre-med track, trying to see options.
Okay, so 4+1 is where he gets a master's degree in 1 year, or okay, whatever it may be. Let's assume that. Okay, yeah. So F1, you only go to the immigration one time. Okay, so let's say he's going to University of Texas at Austin, 4+1. You get the F1 approved from University of Texas for 4+1. All of a sudden he decides, no, I don't want to do this. I'm going to now move to UTD, University of Texas at Dallas. He doesn't have to go to immigration ever. He then goes to UTD, gets the admission, gets an I-20. They transfer something called a civis system from University of Texas at Austin to Dallas. Don't have to go to immigration. Never have to go to immigration. He can change 10 universities. Still don't have to go to the USCIS. Unlike H-1B, remember, you change one company to another company. You have to go and pray the immigration, please grant me H-1B status. You extend it, you go there, okay? You change the company, you go there. You even change the place of location, you go to immigration. So that's a bad thing about H-1B. But in the F1, you change the university, you don't have to do it. Within the same university, if you are extending it, you don't have to go to the immigration, okay? I would also suggest that since your company is cooperative, okay, I want you to withdraw your I-140, okay, and file an I-140 again, because I want myself to get richer. No, I'm serious on this one. This one I'm really serious. I really want to get rich on you. The reason is that, how long did the first I-140 took for you to get approval?
That was in premium only, so hardly 2 weeks.
That's about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So you know that under the CSPA Act, Child Service Protection Act, the amount of time your
Yeah.
I-140 is pending will be deducted from your son's age. So your son, for the purpose of the H4, he becomes 21 when he becomes 21. For the purpose of the green card, he becomes 21 when he becomes 21. And then some of the time that your I-140 is pending will be deducted from him. So what I typically will do is that I will withdraw your I-140 and I will file an I-140 again, make myself rich, okay? And it will take 2 years for your I-140 to get approved. That's the time that it takes when we don't submit the original labor certification. Then your son, for the purpose of the green card, will become 21 when he becomes 23. So you buy that extra 2 years though by paying the money to me. You got it? You can try it if you can.
I followed your advice, and what I did, because they were cooperative, I did the EB3 as well. So that took almost 1 year, exactly 12 months. So that is there in the back of the pocket.
I got it. Yeah. Also do the EB2 also. Do it before he turns 21.
Got it.
Okay. Just in case you'll have 2 things in the pocket. Okay. Okay.
Got it. The only question, follow-up question, sir, is that what will happen to the OPT, in the scenario of the first case, right? Because I heard you say OPT is per degree, right? So which means if I go to 4+1, I cannot take the 4 years.
You cannot take you need to have, so if you go with 4+1, he only gets 1 OPT. He only gets 1 STEM extension. He does not get it. If he stops after 4 years, get the graduation, and then he goes for the OPT and STEM extension, then he gets 1 OPT plus STEM extension, then one after he gets a master's degree, he gets 1 OPT plus STEM extension. Unfortunately, that is how it's going to work out.
Got it. Last question. Appreciate all your help and support. Last question is for med people. Do they go only on F1, or is there any other option for them if he gets a seat by God's grace?
The medicine by itself is only F1 though, but when it goes to the residency, and you know what that is, right? That they have an option of going J1 visa, or they have an option of H1 visa though. There are some pluses and minuses of the J1 and also H1 though. The J1 requires that if they want to get over with that, they have to go and work for 3 years in a rural area, okay? And they get automatic exemption to get the H1B. There are some advantages of it. But H1B doesn't have any restriction. Once you get out of the graduation, you'll be free. There are some advantages and disadvantages. It may be a little bit premature at this point of time though. But if somebody wants to choose at the residency level, it may be better if your program is giving you offer up the J1 and H1, there are some advantages of J1. Because if you want to go further after you complete your basic internal medicine and you want to go to cardiology or something like that though, it's easier on a J1 though as compared to the H1 though. But when it comes to the getting rid of J1 though, it's not that easy to get rid of H1B and going to H1B. So there are some pluses and minuses. But for now though, to go to the medicine though, your son doesn't have any option other than F1.
Got it. Appreciate that clarification.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Andy.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Andy.
So let's take a YouTube question here, Andy. So can I transfer my I-485J supplement to a non-profit organization? Will that become a problem in the GC approval?
Absolutely not a problem. If a non-profit organization can file a 485J supplement, will not create any problem whatsoever at all for you. Right now, in future, at a later date, no, it will not create any problem.
That's your answer. Let's take the caller, Andy. As we admit the next caller, Rahul Garu, let's have a YouTube question here. It is from Mahesh. How much movement do you expect for the EB1 India priority date for the months of March and April?
It's a very tough question. I'll do one thing, Mahesh. I'll pay you $5. I want you to contribute $5. And we'll have a parrot guy come and pick other dates. And Let's see if the parrot guy is going to become, because I became so bad in predicting the priority date. So from now onwards, let's go to the parrot guy.
Got it. And here's the next caller, caller ending with 9284. Please go ahead with your question. Please press *6 to unmute yourself.
Hi, Rahul and Chitra. Rahul and Chitra, thanks for taking my call. This is regarding my EB2 got denied, saying job duties are different from current position to whatever is in form. So we opened an MTR.
Okay. When you say EB2, do you mean to say 485 got denied?
Yeah, 485 got denied.
That's a very strange. That's a second case I'm ever hearing. But is it a local office that denied it?
Yeah. Local office denied, and we opened an MTR with supporting documents saying expert opinion matching current position duties similar as whatever is in term. It's been 2 weeks, still pending. My question is, my client is offering a full time. So is it okay to change to client while MTR is still pending, or
okay? First, first I want to educate people on the issue what you are, and then I will get to your question though. He has filed an EB2 485 application. At the time when he went for the 485 interview, the officer found the job duties are quite different. That's the reason a local office has denied the 485 application after they issued an RFE, and the local office has denied the 485 application. I think so. One of the very wrong thing that you did when you responded to the RFE though, we got a couple of RFEs on it. We responded so strongly. We said that the officer doesn't even have authority to judge all those things. That's already been decided at the I-140 level. He does not have any authority. And we threatened that if by any chance he takes his case though, we're going to go to the federal court. Yeah, well, they just approved our cases. Unfortunately, seems that there is some weakness in the way you responded to the RFE though. Yeah, you are filing a motion to reconsider right now. At this point of time, I would suggest that you may even file a 485 application again if you want to, okay? You may, at this point of time, it may not be suggestible for you to move out of this company because the new company cannot file a 485 for you if they needed to. And it is, since your 485 is in motion to reconsider though, I would recommend to stay with the company where you are at.
Yes. Yes, stay with company until it gets reopened, or still until it's fully approved.
You may want to make some educated choices of refiling the 485 application too. You have an authority to refile the 485 application. You see my point?
Yeah, I'm just trying to see maybe 3 to 6 months wait and see if
the motion to reopen, they won't do it. They may not do it in the 3 to 6 months. You may want to prepare to dig in for a long period of time. Okay? And you may want to get evaluated how you responded to the RFE, how it could be different by a lawyer though, okay? By a different lawyer than the lawyer that responded to it. We'll go to the next person.
Yeah, but that is already done. That is already done, right? Just
the reason, even though it's already done though, since you can refile the 485 application again right now, okay? Because they only denied your 485 application, they didn't deny your I-140 application. Your I-140 is still alive, okay? The job duties are different. What job duties are they speaking about? Your current job duties? Your current job duties are completely irrelevant, okay? So if you have, it's only the future job duties. And do you think so that the job duties will remain the same from past 10 years? So somebody did a big grave mistake and you are still living with it. You don't have to live with it. You can refile the 485 application and challenge the USCIS on it. And that's the reason I want you to get evaluated by a different lawyer. No, the motion to reopen, they may not do it in the next 3 months. You may have to wait for a long period of time. We'll go to the next caller. Next person.
Thank you.
Let's take a YouTube question. Here the question is, should I be currently employed to renew my EAD or AP card? What if I get laid off recently? If I got laid off recently?
This question comes very frequently, Sita Garu, that if you get laid off on the AOS, do you have the 60-day grace period? No, there is no such thing as 60-day grace period, though. What I recommend people is that to definitely find another job immediately. That's the first option. The second option is that sometimes, let's say, for example, I got laid off from Microsoft. I'm getting an offer from a small consulting company, let's say. I may want to take off for 3 months, okay? Because I've been working for 15, 20 years or 30 years in my case. So I may want to take off some time though. So if a consulting company offers a job, okay, you don't have to do the job, offers a job, it is fine. You don't have to do the job. The reason is that for you to get the green card, there must be a job offer. The job offer has to be continuous, whether it's company A, company B, or company C, since you pass 180 days. So if you get a new job, let's say after leaving the Microsoft, you get the Apple, you're good. But if you don't get it, if you get a job offer from a consulting company, even though you don't work for the consulting company, you may be safe there, okay? Then the third option would be that if you can't get a job offer, self-employ yourself, okay? Go beg your wife, ma'am, can you employ me? And if she employs you, you're good too, or you can self-employ. Is self-employment allowed in the 485 application once it crosses 180 days? The answer is yes. But just to answer your question, at the time of renewing the advance parole, at the time of renewing the AP, advance parole and EAD, there is no question in the I-765 form for the EAD, I-131 form in the for renewing the advance. There is no question whether you are employed or not. You do not have to provide employment letter. You don't have to provide the pay stubs. You don't have to provide anything to renew those things. But my purpose is not you just getting the renewal. My purpose is for you to get the eventual green card without much problems. For that, please follow my directions, what I said. If you get laid off, you don't get laid off, you're good.
That's fabulous. And let's take the next, let's take the caller question here. Caller ending with 7543.
Hello.
Yes, sir, we can hear you. Please go ahead with
Hello,
your
ma'am.
question. Hello.
Hi, Sita Garu. Well, this is my use case. Myself and my wife, H1 got approved in 2016. I came with H1B status in 2017. And due to some personal reason, right, I have to convert my wife from H1 to H4, and they traveled in 2018. So
wait. One thing. Did your wife got the stamping of H1B and came to United States or not?
No. She had a stamping, but on that she never come to US with that employer.
Got it.
Before coming to US.
So she had the stamping of the H1B, but then you decided, no, I don't want to go with H1B. She got the H4 stamping and came to United States. Okay, good. I'm following you. Keep going.
Correct. Yeah, and with the current timelines, right, my employer has filed perm in July 2022, and my max out is April 6, 2023. So my current question is, like, can my wife convert her H4 to H1B if there are any employers ready to offer any job, and and then I can move my H1 to H4B status. I can change my status if that is possible, right? What happens to the perm process? Like, will that still be in progress in background, or will that be changed?
Good question. First is that you told me that your wife got the H1B stamping in the passport from the US consulate. That means technically she's counted towards the H1B number, even though she never stepped into the country and used 1 day of H1B. She's technically counted toward the H1B number. So in her lifetime, she doesn't have to go to the lottery. Okay? You got that clear? So now she can convert H4 to H1B, And of course, you can be a dependent of her and convert into H4. Absolutely not a problem. Another question you asked me is that, can the perm process continue while you are on the H4? Can the perm process continue? Can the company apply for the I-140 while you're on the H4?
Right.
The simple answer is yes, they can. Will they do it or not is a secondary question. Okay. The first primary question is that, can they do it? The answer is clearly yes. But there are also a lot of other options. For example, what if the company doesn't? What if the company has a rule? Oh, if you're not working for my company, I'm not going to continue with your perm application. Well, there are some alternatives too, because you said that your 6 year is expiring in April. There are ways where you can go to Mexico and come back every 30 days and extend it. That's one thing. And sometimes it may be better for you to go to India, work for the company so that they can apply for the I-140 though. That is all what company wants it, okay? As far as the legality is concerned, you can move to H4, they can continue with the perm application, they can continue with the I-140. A lot of people are on the assumption that, no, you have to be an H-1B to get the perm labor. No, that is crap, not true. You don't have to be an H-1B, you can be an H4, they can continue on the perm, they can continue on the I-140.
Oh, okay. And actually, with the current situation, right, my company is planning to have a transition back in India so that I can work from India. So if I go back to India and start working, right, all my salary and the taxes will get changed. So what happens to the 401k? I'm full-time with my company. So what happens to the 401k and the shares that I'm holding currently? Will that be still enabled or will that be discarded?
What do you mean discarded? Let's say you accumulated.
It gets this. Will that be aborted? In other terms, I would say. Will that still be enabled?
First of all, wait. So let's say you accumulated about $50,000 in the 401k plan, and now you go to you go to India. Okay, are you telling that will they still continue contributing to it? They won't.
No. What happens?
You're not on the payroll.
Well, correct. So
I got
what happens to
so
the 401k?
So
I got it.
I got it. Now I got it. So you know that they are not going to contribute anymore because you're not on the payroll of the USA. What will happen to the 401k? That belongs to you now. Either you can keep with that employer or you can go to, what is that program youngsters use? What is that? It's not TD Ameritrade that I use.
Can I wait?
You can transfer to any. You can open a 401k plan with any of the other companies. TD Ameritrade, Fidelity. What is that? All the youngsters use. Okay, you can transfer it to that account in the 401k and keep it with you, and you can manage yourself. You will not have to go through the employer. That money is yours. The 401k is yours. The employers don't touch that money. Believe me, they don't. If they touch it, they're going to go to jail. Nobody touches. Believe me, nobody touches. That's yours.
Okay. At any point of time, I can withdraw, right? It doesn't matter if I'm staying in US or
absolutely. Absolutely, you can withdraw at any point of time. You know the rules of the IRS that if you are withdrawing before you are 59, you have to pay extra 10% tax on it. Okay. But as such, there is no other restriction other than that. Okay. I would recommend that you don't withdraw it. I'm not a financial consultant, but it's a very good thing. It is your money. It is not your employer's money. Don't think so that you are taking from your employer that money. That is, you are transferring from one pocket to another pocket. While you're going to pay the taxes plus 10% penalty. Okay, that's the only difference. Okay. Once you go,
and also my company has a right.
Yeah, your company has what?
No. Also, my company has a HSA for healthcare. So I actually
you can keep that too. That is yours. That is yours.
Okay. The sense. Okay.
The HSA is yours.
Even though if I leave the country,
you can spend on the medical expenditure in India too, without paying any taxes. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Let's take the next caller.
before I go, then maybe the last statement what I said about the HSA that he can use it for the medical expenditure in India, I want to back up. I may want to have consultation with the CPA about. But that money is his, he controls it, that for sure I know. But whether he can take it in India and not pay the taxes, I'm not sure about it. Let's go to the next. Sorry about that.
I think you have heard the last part, Andy. Let's take the next caller here. Caller ending with 8296. Caller ending with 8296. Please go ahead with your question. We see you're unmuted.
Uh-oh.
You're back on mute. Please press *6 to unmute yourself and go ahead with your question.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead with your question. We can hear you.
Yeah.
Hi. Thanks for joining the call.
Thank you, Sita Garu, Rahul Garu. All right. So this is extension of my earlier question. So my wife and myself recently went on vacation to India and come back. So I came on my H1B and I got the stamping date and I got my visa stamped and I have used my H1B and come back. But I tried for my wife and kid for H4.
So they came back. They came back in advance parole, is right?
Yeah. Correct. Yeah. Right. So now I paid the visa fee, and even though now, so we are all here in US. So now, can I go for their H4 visa
extension? Yes, you can.
Is it a better way to keep it? Yeah, extension.
You can. You can.
By sitting in US?
Yeah.
So
absolutely, you can extend. You can, even though the I-94 says that they came back in advance parole, even though it says that the I-94 expires in 1 year. If their H4 I-797 is expiring, though, you can still extend the H4 without any problem. Absolutely not a problem. Is it better to stay on a H4? Is it better to stay on an EAD? That question, I personally, when I was on H4, I just tore my H4 like this. I don't want to extend it. Okay? I personally choose to be an EAD. I personally. And I was an immigration lawyer at that point of time. I even went to the immigration interviews on the 485 EADs. Of course, I didn't tell my clients that I was on the Adjustment of Status EAD. They'll get scared. But yes, I did. Went for a lot of interviews on the 485. So it's up to your wife if she wants to continue on the H4 and make money for us, or it's up to her if she wants to use the EAD. But my personal, when I did it, I use the EAD. Okay.
Yeah, but
I use the 485.
Yeah, keep it H1, H485.
I don't know about that.
And
keep it the H1 and H4 is only for the people like me to get richer. I personally got rid of my H4 and went on to use Adjustment of Status EAD. So you may want to learn a lesson on that by not making immigration lawyers rich. Okay. But it's up to you guys.
Okay.
I tried to argue with this with many people. They said they still want to make immigration lawyers rich. Why not? I'm going to make a down payment for this kind of mansion later on. Okay. But yes, they can extend the H4 if they want to.
Thank you.
Thank
you, Rahul. I have one more quick question. So my son is going to college next year. Okay. So is it better to, if I go for a H4, keep it, so definitely I can go and apply on EAD base, I can go for his college, right?
He is locked in the CSPAs, right? You know what a CSPA, Child Service Protection Act is, right? He's locked, is right? Or you don't know what it is?
No, I heard that I'm going to do that next week. So I'm going to do it.
It's not about doing it.
He has not yet
locked. No. So do you know whether he's locked or not? Or do you know what that is?
No, I don't.
You need to have a private consultation.
I know that,
with the lawyer.
but I do not.
Yeah, you need to have a private consultation. I want you to have a private consultation with the lawyer to make sure your son is locked, though. If your son is locked, though, I choose my child to go on an EAD over the F1. you pay the international fees, you can avoid that. There are a lot of administrative things that you have to do it. You can avoid it if you go on the AOS EAD. So first, you need to determine that whether or not he is locked in it, because that is a very, very, very serious matter for you. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. All right. I will verify that, and accordingly I will consult. Okay.
Okay.
So much.
Thank you then.
Thank you so much.
You say that, what is that technical name? It's FS.
Child
okay,
Service Protection Act. Child Service Protection Act, CSPA. We made a video, 10-minute video or 20-minute video just on that, CSPA, and type Rahul Reddy or Reddy in the YouTube. You will have that one. But still, to get the confirmation, because it's a very serious matter, to get the confirmation, have a consultation with the lawyer. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Rahul,
Perfect.
let's
Thank
take the
you.
last
Thank you very
caller.
much. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
And let's take the last caller for the day. Caller ending with, let's take the last caller. Caller ending with 6478.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead with your question.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am. You're audible. Please go ahead with your question.
I have a question. My priority date was 2011 March, and we filed in 2022 our 485, and we got EAD and AP approved. Since then, we are still in waiting. Do you think that we will be getting a GC within this year?
We're very, very high likely you're going to get within this year.
Like looking at the backlog at present, do you think within that 3,000 to 4,000 GCs available we'll be getting? Because last year we just missed like that.
Yeah, I mean, are you telling that whether the priority date will go back? Is that what you're fearing about it?
Yeah, because it's March, right? It's now in October. So before September, we have chances. And it is like our case is in NBC.
Okay. I know what you're speaking. That's not in your hand right now, but to predict the priority date, either you go to the parrot guy or give a coin to your husband, okay? If he predicts correctly, I should get the credit. Otherwise, we both will shun him, okay?
Yeah, it's been annoying waiting at this
point. I know, but you're very close, and luckily your priority date is current, final action date is current. So you recently filed the 485, so it's not a right time for you to file the writ of mandamus right now. So I would wait. I would wait, okay? I would wait for 1 year until the 485 is filed before you go to the court.
So this April 28, 2023 will be completing our 1 year. So do you think that's the right time we can apply?
That's the right time. Writ of mandamus, yes. The reason is that you should go for writ of mandamus is because, as you are rightfully saying, what if the date goes back? I mean, then you're doomed, is right? I mean, you'll have to stay there and keep listening to us. Even if you don't like us, you have to keep listening to us. Okay? So I would go for writ of mandamus in May of 2023.
Thank you for answering the question.
Sure.
Yeah, thank you for answering the question. Yeah, hope we get by the end of DC.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, thank you.
Very good luck for that, Andy. And Rahul Garu, that
thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Rahul Garu, that concludes the show for today. And share such great, amazing advices all through the show. So I would really recommend people to look back at the show. There were a lot of information that Rahul Garu had shared, which could help you in some way or the other. And thank you for the amazing service, Rahul Garu, that you've been doing. And congratulations to you, to Tvasia, and all of us for this is the 3rd anniversary that we are celebrating of this expert show from your side.
Thank you, Sita Garu, for inviting me. Yeah.
Thank you. And that is, here is where we are signing off, Andy. See you all next week. Thank you.
Thank you.
మలబార్ గోల్డ్ అండ్ డైమండ్స్ ప్రపంచంలో పెద్ద జ్యువెలర్స్ లో ఒకటి ఇప్పుడు డాలస్ కి వచ్చారు. అందమైన తేలికైన జ్యువెలరీ డిజైన్ల నుంచి చేతో తయారు చేసిన అతి క్లిష్టమైన కలెక్షన్ల వరకు 20 దేశాల నుంచి 30,000 విధాల ప్రపంచంలోకెల్లా ఉత్తమమైన జ్యువెలరీ డిజైన్ల అనుభవాన్ని పొందండి. 5,000 చదరపుటడుగల విలాసవంతమైన షాపింగ్ ఏరియా మలబార్ గోల్డ్ అండ్ డైమండ్స్ షోరూమ్ ని డాలస్ లో విజిట్ చేయండి. ప్రపంచ స్థాయి జ్యువెలరీని కొనుగోలు చేసే అనుభవాన్ని పొందండి. Malabar Gold and Diamonds now open in Dallas.
గెలుపే ఊపిరిగా, పట్టుదలే ప్రాణంగా, ఆశయమే గమ్యంగా పోరాడే యోధుడికి విజయం అన్స్టాపబుల్. ప్రశ్నల్లో మరింత ఫైర్, సర్దాల్లో మరింత సెటైర్, మీకోసం మరింత రంజుగా. దెబ్బకి థింకింగ్ మారిపోవాలా? మీకోసం మరింత రంజుగా.
अब तू देख लेगा बच्चन साहब का खेल. Download AHA now.
పైగా దేశాల నుండి కలెక్షన్స్, 30 సంవత్సరాల విజయ ప్రస్థానం, 300వ షోరూమ్, 5,000 చదరపు గజాల విస్తీర్ణం. ప్రారంభోత్సవానికి విచ్చేసిన పలువురు ప్రముఖులు మాట్లాడుతూ 30 సంవత్సరాల నాడు ఎక్కడో కేరళలో ఒక ప్రాంతంలో ప్రారంభమైన ఈ బంగారు నగల ప్రస్థానం ఎన్నో ఒడిదుడుకులను, సవాళ్లను అధిగమించి మరియు ఆ ప్రస్థానంలో ఎదురైన ఆటుపోట్లను విజయానికి మెట్లుగా మలుచుకున్న ఈ మలబార్ గోల్డ్ ప్రస్థానం ప్రతి ఒక్కరికి ఒక ప్రేరణగా ఉంటుంది అని కొనియాడారు.
We are here for our opening of our 300th location in Dallas. It's a fantastic store. I think I request everyone to come and have a look. It's around 5,000 square feet. We have around 30,000 designs from 20 countries. Please come and visit Malabar Gold and Diamonds at Frisco, Dallas.
ఆహ్వానాన్ని మన్నించి విచ్చేసిన పలువురు స్థానిక అధికారులకు, ఇన్నాళ్లు తోడున్న వాటాదారులకు మరియు ఆదరించిన కస్టమర్లకు మలబార్ గోల్డ్ అండ్ డైమండ్స్ యాజమాన్యం ప్రత్యేక కృతజ్ఞతలు తెలుపుకుంది. ఈ ప్రారంభోత్సవానికి విచ్చేసిన పలువురు మలబార్ గోల్డ్ అండ్ డైమండ్స్ వారి వివిధ వినూత్న ఆభరణాల డిజైన్లను, పలు రకాల ఆభరణాలను తయారు చేసిన కళాకారుల కౌశలాన్ని, అలాంటి వినియోగదారుల ఊహల్లో ఉన్న నవీన డిజైన్ల ఆవిష్కరణకు ప్రాణం పోసిన యాజమాన్యం ముందస్తు ఆలోచనా ధోరణిని కొనియాడారు.
Hey there, Mayor Jeff Cheney here, Mayor of Frisco. Just excited to be here as the whole community has turned out to celebrate this incredible grand opening. Beautiful store, the largest in the U.S., third location in the U.S., but 300th store worldwide. We're honored now for Frisco to be a part of their story. And on behalf of our citizens here that are going to shop and enjoy this store, we just want to wish you many blessings and nothing but success.
ప్రారంభోత్సవానికి విచ్చేసిన టెక్సాస్ స్టేట్ రిప్రజెంటేటివ్ సల్మాన్ బొజానే మాట్లాడుతూ ఈ షోరూం 5,000 చదరపు అడుగుల విస్తీర్ణంతో విశాలమైన షాపింగ్ స్పేస్ తో యుఎస్ఏలో గల అతిపెద్ద షాపుల్లో ఒకటిగా నిలుస్తుందన్నారు.
Hi, my name is Salman Bojani and I'm a Texas state representative. I am here at the Malabar Jewelers at the 300th location grand opening. We just cut the ribbon right now, and there are so many customers here. It's 5,000 square feet, one of the biggest one they have in US. And I'm so excited because it's an immigrant success story. Just like mine, I came to America when I was 19 years old, worked at gas stations, mopping floors and cleaning restrooms for $6 an hour, and then became an attorney, and now became a city council member, and then now I'm a state representative.
అంతేకాకుండా మలబార్ గోల్డ్ అండ్ డైమండ్స్ విజయగాథ ప్రేరణను ప్రస్తావిస్తూ తన గతాన్ని పోల్చుకున్నారు. ఈ గ్రాండ్ ఓపెనింగ్ లో పలువురు కమ్యూనిటీ మెంబర్లు పాలుపంచుకోవడం, టీవీ ఏషియా ఈ ఈవెంట్ మొత్తాన్ని కవర్ చేయడం ఆనందంగా ఉందన్నారు.
Hello, myself Shamlal Ahmed. I'm the Managing Director of Malabar Gold and Diamonds International Operations. Today, we are very happy and excited. Inaugurated our 300th store globally in Dallas, Texas. This is a milestone inauguration for us, and we are so happy that we started our 300th store in Dallas, which has got a very good subcontinental population, very good catchment of more than 1 million Indian subcontinental people, and we got the right location in Frisco. So we are very confident, equally excited and humble about this location, and the store has come out very beautifully, and we have very good collection from more than 30 countries, and all the best policies for our customers to come and buy from us. And I want to wish all TV Asia viewers a good Makara Sankranti, Pongal and Happy New Year. We are still in January, and I want to thank TV Asia for your support and the visibility given in Frisco. Thank you.
ఆకర్షణీయమైన చీరలు అప్పురపరిచే